Hello ladies and gentlemen, I am Wix and back with another video. This time I thought, if last time I did a video about Chrome settings explained, where I explained most of the Chrome settings, I thought why not stay on the subject and show some tips and tricks with Chrome. And the first one today on my list is one that I actually like, the tab grouping. Where this is useful, one example, because you decide where it's useful for you. But one example is, let's say I play Star Citizen, for example, a video game. And there's sites that show you the trading materials costs, and there's sites where you can configure your ships and things like that, third-party sites. And I use one group for those sites, so I can open them all at once when I play Star Citizen. I just go to the group, open all at once. I have my sites open and they're highlighted with color, so I know which one is for Star Citizen, things like that. But let's show how you would create tab groups. For first things first, let's make it bigger. And let's say I want to group these three tabs, these three. You just click on the first one, hold Shift key on your keyboard, hold it down, and click on the last one. Then you can release the Shift key. And what this did is it selected all these three tabs. Now I can right click on any of them and add tabs to new group. Click that and then you're going to get a pop-up window and it's going to ask you to name this group. Let's say test group. And then you can choose a color for it to highlight with. Let's go with purple. And then you have more options here because right now the group is already saved. So you can, if you do ungroup, you will get rid of the group. You can add a new tab in the group. You can delete the entire group, but if you click this, it will close all the tabs. Or move group to a new window to open a new Chrome window with this group opened. There is a toggle here, save group. This will save your group between Chrome restarts. If you don't click this, you will only have this group available now. If I close Chrome and reopen it, I won't have this group. So I will save the group, and as you will notice, it put it up here, so you can reopen it. Next time you reopen Chrome, you can click on this and you reopen all these sites that are in the group. If let's say you wanna, let's add more tabs, I guess, and let's say I don't know where to go. Let's go to IGN.com, I guess. And let's say now I open this IGN site, but it's not part of the group. I can right click on it and add tab to group and select my test group or a new group. Or if I have like multiple, let's say I want to group these three tabs, the two new ones and the IGN one. If you want to skip, so if I do click, hold Shift and select IGN, that will select all the tabs in between the tabs I clicked. But if I just want to pick through them, and let's say I want this one and then I want this one, but I don't want the one in the middle, you hold Control on the keyboard down and select which tabs you want. And then you do the same thing, right click, add tabs to group. So basically with Shift, if you hold Shift, it will select all the tabs in between the tabs you click. And if you hold Control, it will only add to the selection the tabs you're clicking on. Just so you know, so if you have like 10 tabs open, you can pick the first, the third, the 7th by holding Control and clicking on them. Or if you want all of them from 1 to 10, just click the first, hold Shift, click the last, and we'll select everything. And that's how you add it to tab groups. You can collapse the tab groups by clicking on them. So if I click right now, they're gone. I click again, they're showing. If you click on one of the tabs, you will highlight it, of course, with the group color, so you know what it is. So mostly this is what I use it for, just to have that tab collapsed there. You can, let's restart Chrome and show that that group will stay there because I saved it. As you can see, it's right here. The test tab group is here, and I just click on it and it will open all those sites. Thank you, Google. And you open all those sites I had in the group. They're right here and they're open. Now, how do I get tabs out of the group? I showed you how to add tabs to a group. I can do add tab to group, but there's an easy way. Let me zoom out a bit. And you can drag and drop them. I don't know if this is going to be visible, but because the zoom is being annoying. But if I click this and drag it out, now it's not part of the group anymore. As you can see, it's now highlighted with purple. If I want it back in the group, I just put it here and it's part of the group again. This is to easily get tabs in the group or remove from the group without having to right click, remove from group. You can do it like this too, but dragging and dropping is easier. Another cool thing you can do with groups in Chrome is to, with tabs, is to pin them. Let's say I want, whenever I start Chrome, I want this rubber space industry site to be opened. You can just right click on it, pin it, and then as you can see, it moved up here. It's the first tab. It will reduce the size of the tab to the icon, but it's up here, right? Now if I close Chrome, let's close Chrome and reopen it, you will see the pin tab opens automatically. So it's here again, you can click it and it's open. So this is useful if you want sites already open. When you open Chrome, you can pin those tabs with the sites and they will always stay here. So that's another useful one. And for my next trick, I'm gonna show how you can open a site as an application. So the next one is web apps. Let's say I want Twitter to act like a desktop application, and maybe I even add it to my taskbar down there. To do that, there's this button up here to the top right in Chrome. Once you're on the site, there's a button here that says, when you click on it, it says install app x.com. And if you do that, you click install, and now that sound is a notification here in the bottom right that asks me, hey, would you like to pin X to your taskbar? And I'll click yes. And now Twitter is on my taskbar down here. And what this does is basically add a shortcut to the site. As you can see, it opened in a separate window. This is a web application technically. It's mostly a shortcut to the site. It opens the site in a separate window with no URL bar, just like a desktop application. They act like they're on desktop. And now you can close Chrome, and I can close the web app, and then it's right here on my bar. It says Google Chrome because that's the one that added it. But if you click on it, you will see that Twitter opens as a desktop application. Of course, it's still a web page. You can do inspect, you can do view page source. It's still in a Chrome window. It just acts like it's a desktop application. And you can unpin it from here and it will not be gone. But you can, if you want to uninstall it, just go to the three dots after it's open and click uninstall X. Let me make it bigger. I forget. The text is small. So on these three dots up here, click on that, uninstall X, and then if you want to delete data from Chrome, sure, remove. It will close it, and now it's gone. And it's also unpinned. So that's how you add the sites as a desktop application, because they're not really desktop applications, but that's how you add them. Now the next one would be, what if I'm watching a video on a tab, let's say from Udemy or some other tutorial site that's paid or something, and they have courses in video form, and I want to watch those on my TV. How do I do that? Well, it's pretty simple, because let's go to YouTube, I guess, and go to Google, get something going. Chrome can let me open one. Chrome can cast this tab to your TV. So if I go up here to the three dots menu, go to save and share, and then down there you're gonna have a cast, and you're gonna click on cast. And if you have a Chromecast on the TV or a TV that has Chromecast in it, it should find the TV, and you can cast this tab to the TV, which is pretty useful if you want to, as I said, if you want to watch some courses on a site and it doesn't have an app that you can install on the TV, you can just cast the Chrome tab from here and it's perfect. And going back on the tabs, I mean, we're still on tab subject. There's another thing, like if you wanna, let's say I have, I don't know, let's do x.com. Let's open my group, because we did make a group, right? But it's only 2. Let's add more. Robert Space Industries. Let's add IGN. And let's add one more, bleeping computer. And let's say from all these tabs, I want the bleeping computer and the Robert Space Industries to be the first tabs in the list. In order to do that, you click one, hold Control on your keyboard, click the other one, and now these 2 are selected. And now I can just drag them. As you notice, when you start dragging, they unite. And I can just put them here at the start. So basically, if you have many tabs and you wanna pick and choose from them and move them to the start of your tab bar, that's how you do it. You just Control click, select all of them that you want, and then drag them, and they will unite. And you can get them to the start of the taskbar. And one more trick, it's related to bookmarks. You know, you can click the top right little star here and bookmark the site, but it's kind of hard to go to the top right and click the star, right? So let's say you have bookmarks, show bookmarks bar, Control Shift B, and then if you go to the icon up here that's before the site and you click that and drag it down, it's gonna put it on your bookmarks bar. But yeah, this requires you to have the bookmarks bar shown, but as you saw in the menu, it's Control Shift B to show it and hide it. So you can just show it and drag your site over here, and you will add a bookmark to it, which is easier than going here and clicking the star. For me at least, it's easier to just add it like this. The next tip would be Chrome URLs. I'll show basically if you go here in the address bar, let's see if it yeah. So you just type Chrome : / and then Chrome URLs, press enter. This is a list of internal Chrome URLs that you can use to see different things. This is a more advanced topic, but I'm just showing it in case you're curious and you want to dig through things that Chrome has in the background just to look around. Maybe you're a thinker, yeah, just go in here and have a look. Two things that I actually use from here is this Chrome GPU flag. You click on it, it will test your hardware acceleration for Chrome. And as you can see, this is a virtual machine. So it's gonna say web GPU software only because the virtual machine doesn't have a GPU. But this is actually used, and you can troubleshoot things like, I don't know, Google Meet or a Zoom call or something. Well, if you do it from the browser, the effects are not working or something like that, you might be noticing that your hardware acceleration in Chrome is disabled, or for some reason Chrome cannot access the GPU, so web GPU might be disabled. This is where you check that to see what Chrome can do with the GPU. It's this URL, Chrome / GPU. And another one that I use, and I'm gonna go into a bit deeper, is Chrome flags. And this is a URL that you can type, and Chrome will take you to some experimental flags that it has. These are not shown in the UI most of the time, and you can change some Chrome options from here. And since I'm here, let's look at some useful ones. You can see they're already changed, but I have a list that I kind of want to show because those are, in my opinion, the most useful ones. So the first one would be the parallel download. Basically, you can type up here download and you will find the flag. And it's this parallel downloading. You set this to enabled, and what it will do is when you download a file, it will try and do multiple connections for that file to download it faster. So it will download 2 chunks at the same time to download it faster. I recommend turning this on. It won't hurt you. It will just speed up your downloads, of course, depending on the site as well. But most of the times it will speed up the download. Then we have auto dark mode. For example, I'm on this Blipping Computer site. As you can see, it's not black in the background, it's a flashbang. There is a flag here in Chrome flags that you can set. If I can scroll up, and let's search for dark mode. Dark mode. In auto dark mode for web contents, you enable this. There's multiple options. It depends on the kind of dark mode you want. I'll just do it simple, but this my as you can see, this one is RGB based inversion, so they just invert the colors. It depends. You can try and see which one works for you, but I'm just gonna do the simple one, enabled, and it will ask to restart Chrome. Down here there's a relaunch button. Just click that, relaunch Chrome, and then if we go to Blipping Computer, which was white, now you're gonna see it's dark. And now we have dark mode in the sites that don't support it. It will not change. For example, if I go here to, well, this was already black, but if I go here, for example, and IGN, as you can see, the background is a dark mode one, a dark blue or something, what this color is. It will not change these. It will just change the ones that have left the background not set to anything, so it's white. We'll change those. So this might be useful to you. I used to use something like this. It was Dark Reader, a Chrome extension. I think that would make everything dark. But this is even easier. If you can do it from Chrome, why not do that? Another one is Fluent scroll bars. As you can see, let me see if I can show it. The scroll bar right now is an overlay scroll bar, so it doesn't have so hard with this zoom. Let me move the mouse right at the edge and zoom in, and I'll scroll. So right now you see there's no scroll bar, but when I start scrolling it will appear. These are the overlay scroll bars. It's a setting in the flags, and let's do overlay scroll bars. As you can see, I have it enabled. And there's another option, Fluent overlay scroll bars, which will change the graphic of the scroll bar thingy that it shows. So let's enable this one, Fluent overlays. And of course, as usual, whenever you change the flag, you gotta relaunch Chrome. And now if you look up here in the scroll bar part, it will be like a little cooler scroll bar, rounded, and it looks better. I like it. So I would turn this on, I would use that. The next one on the list for the flags would be one-time permission. One-time permission. So this refers to, it already says here, let me zoom in, experimental one-time permission, geolocation, microphone, camera. Basically, I assume you know, when you do a video call from the browser, it will ask for access to your camera, to your microphone, or to your location. If it's Google, Google usually does that. And what this does, if you turn it enabled, it will add another button in the permissions list of buttons to only allow this time, which is great, because let's say you wanna have a video call now, but you don't want to give the site permissions to your microphone and camera all the time. So this will add a button that will say allow this time. And you can use it to just allow the access to microphone just that time, and next time you go to the site, you will have to ask again, or you will have to not have access, because last time you only allowed it once. So this is actually very good to set. And then another thing is the freaking, let's play a video. Let me, well, I'll mute it from here. And this, well, I can't mute it. Let me turn it up a bit. So as you can see, you have a little speaker icon up top here, which shows that this tab is playing audio. But you used to be able to click on it and mute it, but it doesn't work anymore. I don't know why. but you can't click on it to mute it anymore. So in order to activate that, so you can click on the icon to mute the tab. You go to the flags and do audio mute tab. Tab audio muting UI control. Turn this on, enabled. Restart Chrome, of course, relaunch. And now if I play the video and wait, let me go up top, and I go up top, now I can click on the speaker icon and it's muted. The tab is muted. Don't know why they removed this from being the default. If you ask me, it should be a default, but that's what they wanted. So yeah, that's how you bring that back, in case you were wondering where it went. There's another feature that I like, is speaking about those conferences, those video calls. There's a camera preview thing. Camera, let me see. And basically what this does, camera and mic preview right here, this one. If you turn it on, I can't show it now because I will have to do a video call, but what this does is when the site asks for permission to use camera and microphone, in that list where you choose the camera, you will see a preview. So you have, if you have multiple cameras, you can select the proper one. So you don't show a different, I don't know, maybe you have a virtual camera and you have an actual webcam, or maybe you have two webcams plugged in and one is to the ceiling, I don't know. But you can see a preview of the current selected camera, so you can make sure you're sharing the one you want. So this might become useful. And one more flag that I want to show in here, which is again a thing they removed, I don't know why, is the tab scrolling. So let's say I have a bunch of tabs open, right? Right now I have it active, but I'll show you what it does. So I have a bunch of tabs open, and now I can just scroll through them by bring the mouse up here and using the scroll wheel on the mouse. So I'm just scrolling two tabs. Let me make it bigger because maybe it's not clear. I'm just scrolling to tabs. If I have a lot of tabs open, I can just scroll up here and I'm scrolling to them. And it also adds these buttons up here to the right, which also scroll through tabs if you click them. The way to enable that, because it's not on by default again for some reason, is go to the flags again and scroll and tab scrolling up here. And the tab scrolling buttons, the arrows left and right are these, the tab scrolling buttons. The overflow indicator is another UI thing that shows you can scroll. I would turn all of them on. And for the tab scrolling, just enabled, it didn't work for me. I don't know why. Maybe it's just this Chrome version. But you have options to say how the scrolling should be done. Tab shrink to pin tab width. I showed you that's just the icon. Medium width, shrink to large width, or don't shrink. It's up to you. This just specifies when you open more tabs that it can fit in the window. It just specifies what happens to the tabs after you open another one. Shrink them a bit. I would do shrink to medium width because this is pretty good. But if you want them not shrunk at all, you can just do the tabs don't shrink. But yeah, to get that tab scrolling, you need these three enabled, and then we can scroll to our heart's content up here. I don't know why they removed this, because this is a very useful feature. Firefox has this enabled by default. But yeah, this is how you do that. And if we're on the many tabs subject, let's say you have many tabs, and I don't want to scroll through them and see where is my Robert Space Industries or where is my Twitter tab. What you can do is click here on this top left arrow. Let me zoom in. You can click here on this top left arrow, and then you can search tabs in here. Let's go X, and now I can find my Twitter tab and click it, and it will switch to it. Or you can go to any open tab that you have open. Let's say this one. You can type @tabs, press tab, and now whatever you type, it will search in the list of tabs that you have open. So X, and it found my X tab, press enter and it switches to it. So that's two ways of searching through your tabs. Another way of selecting tabs, let's say I want to select this tab, I can press Ctrl 3 on your keyboard and it will be the third tab, Ctrl 3. Don't know why it doesn't work, it should work. Oh, now it works. It was just lagging. Ctrl 3 and I'm on the tab, Ctrl 4. I'm on the next tab, Ctrl 5. I'm on the next tab. So yeah, this works from 1 through 9. If you have more than 9, Control and the number would not work. But it's a fast way to select your tabs if for any reason. I don't know, if you want to click them, you can just Control and tab. Now if you're on a tab and wanted to move to the next tab, you can press Control tab and you will move to next. If you want to go to the previous tab, you hold Control Shift and press tab and you will go back. If you want to open a new tab, you press Control T and that's a new tab. If you want to open incognito mode from the keyboard without going up to the top right here and a new incognito, it even says here Control Shift N and it will open your incognito window. And one last trick is how do I force Chrome to check for an update right now? Let's say I don't want to wait until it notifies me, until it puts that thing to the top right and says restart Chrome to update. What if I want to tell Chrome, hey, check right now if you have an update, because there might be one but I didn't get notified yet. In order to do that, to get to this screen, you will see over here where the check mark is, it will have like a loading spinner that will check for an update. But to do that is to go to the three dot menu to the top right and go to help and about Google Chrome, and you will open this page and you will force it to check for an update right now. So that's a good way to check for updates. And if you don't want to wait, so if like there's a critical update for a vulnerability or something and you know it's been out, you can just do this and it will force Chrome to update if it's available in your region basically. And I think that's all the tips and tricks that I have for now. I can't think of anything else. Oh, I do actually. The Chrome Task Manager. I don't know if you guys knew, Chrome has a task manager. It's not that useful to be honest, because if something freezes, it won't freeze your entire browser, but just for curiosity's sake, let's show what it is. It's up here in the menu. You go to the three dots, click that, and then go to more tools, and then scroll down, and you're gonna find Task Manager. And in here, it's gonna show all the open tabs, how much memory they use, a process ID just in case you want to kill it from something else, how much CPU they use, and you can kill the tabs from here. You can also right click and choose what other columns you want to see. This is more advanced. GDI handles is like graphics handles, which profile started the tab, things like that. It's more advanced. But what you can do from here is if you see how much memory it uses, and you can close them. So if you want to close this tab, just click on it and process, and boom, that tab is gone. Just as a little curious thing about browsers nowadays, they have a task manager. And that would be all for me for this video. Just a bit of tips and tricks. Hope you learned something. Let me know if you have any other questions down in the comments. As usual, I do read the comments, but I will catch you in the next one then. Ta-da!